Jonathan Savage was enjoying a holiday with his uncles back in 2010 when an accident turned his life upside down.
Jonathan had gone for a weekend of snowmobiling in New Brunswick with my brothers, and our daughter was in Moncton with her family. So Tom and I, thought we were going to have a very quiet afternoon. But shortly after we got home from church, we got a phone call, and it was my brother. And he called to say that Jonathan had had an accident. And I remember asking him, was it bad? And he said yes.
Jonathan sustained multiple injuries, including a broken femur and internal damage. But most concerning was the condition of his brain. After several weeks in New Brunswick, Jonathan was transferred to the QEH, but the prognosis wasn't good.
I guess it was probably around 2 or 3 in the morning when the doctor came in to see us. We hadn't heard anything about Jonathan, how he was doing, but he told us that Jonathan had a very serious brain injury, and if he made it through the next 48 hours, that they'd have a better idea of what his injuries were and what we could expect. The day that we left Moncton, the neurosurgeon, spoke to me and told me that Jonathan's prognosis wasn't very good.
It looked bleak, but Jonathan's determination made it possible to take the first steps toward recovery.
I could have gave up right from the start and said, whatever, and I didn't, because I want to learn how to do this by myself, and I'm going to get out of the wheelchair in 3 months or 2 months or whatever. I figured they thought that I was done. They thought that I was in an electric wheelchair for the rest of my life. But I didn't give up, and I wanted to walk to show them that I could do it.
Jonathan was very determined. He was very young, in his 20s when this accident happened. He worked very hard while he was on the rehab unit. He never missed any of his therapy sessions. He also had great support from his mother, who I don't think she ever missed a therapy session either. So that was great, and she was great support to help him in the evenings or to provide further activities for him while he was in his room or on the unit. So it was amazing to see how much she was a great support to him and how determined he was to get better.
Now walking fine and back at school, Jonathan and his family are grateful for the care he received here at home.
It's hard to describe because, there were a lot of factors in Jonathan's recovery, but the care that he received at the QEH was just amazing. I felt like the whole hospital was kind of rooting for him. And then, of course, in Unit 7, the nurses were amazing. The ones we got to know, they just became like family, and we could feel their love in so many ways, not just to Jonathan, but to all of us.
It was excellent for nurses and staff there, doctors and stuff with the physical medicine and that. And I don't know, it was excellent care, because look at me today.